Hey, this is Matt from Discovering His Way. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I got an email from a guy named Charlie from Grassmasters. I love it. Just the title alone makes me fall in love with green grass. Oh, yet one more time. Hey, listen, his question is this: Matt, I'm starting a lawn business. How do I bid out the individual lawns? It's a great question because all of us at one time or another who love to mow grass have mowed someone else's grass for profit. Oh, pay daddy and let him go home and buy flowers for mama. Guys, it's a great question. Thanks for asking it, Charlie. Love the name of your company. Watch this very carefully. When you go to buy a house, what is the key rule? Watch this. I'm not talking about mowing someone's house. I'm talking about buying a house. What is the number one thing that comes into mind? Location, location, location. You can take two individual houses that are identical in house and yard size, okay? One might be over here in this side of the neighborhood. One might be in a gated community. Watch what I'm talking about. I bid them totally different. Friends, I want you to realize one of the problems I had early on was this: asking for the money. I didn't feel worthy. I thought I was going to lose the job. I thought I was going to offend that person. I've learned that's nonsense. Crazy talk. This guy over here that may not be in the nicest of neighborhood, he's working class. He's out there getting it on, getting it done. He knows what it takes to stand in the yard and mow the grass. He doesn't want to do it. Okay? Watch this very carefully. He knows he works hard. He knows this. You work hard. Put the number out there. Watch this. Put the number out there. I always like to look at the size yard. The first thing I like to do, okay, when I'm dealing with people is, okay, where are they located? What is their status? And you're like, golly, am I judging? You're not judging, okay? This guy over here in the nice house, he could drop 3 bills on dinner, okay? But you're scared to ask for $70 a cut, realizing that he's going to nickel and dime you on everything else in the yard. Get the money up front. Scrape him off the ceiling when you quote it to him. I have no respect when you put a number out there for the first time and the guy says, I'll take it. You don't want him to take it. You want him to say, that's a little pricey. When you put the first number out there, and I don't care who it is, okay, you want to scrape him off the top of the ceiling. You want his eyeballs to shoot out of his head. You want him to get a migraine headache. Breathe very good. Maybe keel over. Then you grab his wallet and you give him a free cut. Well, friends, watch this. He's going to come back at you every single time. Well, that's a little expensive. I love when the people who make $250,000 a year say that's a little expensive. I know I put the right number out there, okay? Then what do, okay? You're going to say, what were you thinking? Okay, he's going to throw out some fantasy number. I was thinking more like 120, not 500. Okay, depending on the lawn, and I know we're not getting that per cut. Okay, listen. Let's say he says, I was thinking 70. You come back up to 75. No higher than? Did you see what I'm saying? You don't know him. Watch this very carefully. Do you know this guy? You don't know him. He doesn't care about you. He's not inviting you over for Christmas. He's not calling you up on Thanksgiving and say, would you like a slice of the gourmet turkey I had picked up at Piccadilly's? Oh no! Scrape him off the ceiling. Blow his mind apart. Throw the big honking number out there. Then what? What's that number represent? Double. You've already sized up his yard when you're walking up to the front door. You've looked at it. Here's the thing, unless he has 5 acres in the back, and here's the thing, before you even throw out that number, peek around the backyard, partner. Too many times I didn't. He says, well, you sure 120 a cut? Because there's a half acre in the front. Yeah. I got 5 acres in the back. The last thing you want to do is commit to something. Put your name on the line, okay? And have to say, I can't do it because you didn't do your due diligence in looking. Ask the questions. How many acres are we sitting on? How much of this land is yours? How far does it go that way and that way? That's what you want to ask. What are we talking about? Okay, are you wanting me to edge? Or you want me to trim? Or you want me to blow? All these things. Put it out there. Ask the questions. This is the only time to negotiate. Watch this very carefully. A lot of people, they throw out a low number and try to come back later, okay? You've already valued yourself as a lawn maintenance company, as an individual. You put out a number trying to get the job, which was what? Out a number that was what? It wasn't enough. It wasn't near enough. It's not what you're worth. It's not worth your time. Time equals money. To dine with the classes, I have to sell to the masses, or I have to mow the masses' lawns. So, here, let me go on. Okay, so I've kind of sized up the yard, okay? Whatever it is, I throw out the number of what? Multiplication, 2 times as much, okay? I scrape him off the ceiling. I would never. What were you thinking? When you say what were you thinking, what you've done is you've hooked him. Boom! Okay? Meaning this, you're paying attention to him. You're validating that what he says matters to you, okay? He's going to throw out a number. Watch this very carefully. The number 99% of the time that he throws out of his mouth is more than you would have ever asked for in the beginning. Ever, okay? But he's just quoted the job to you. But before you say, okay, what do? You say, sir, could I have 5 minutes of your time? You walk him around the yard. You tell him what you're going to do. Sir, I have a $1,200 lawnmower and a $4,600 lawnmower. I'm going to mow all of this for you, and I'm going to manicure it. Then I'm going to come along and I'm going to edge around every flower bed. I'm going to edge across the sidewalk. Then I'm going to trim up these hedges over here once every 3 months. I'm going to blow everything. Here's the thing. It is yet to be said in a yard that I've been out while walking around with that individual, the homeowner, that they don't direct me to an area that's a sore spot in their heart. Meaning this, something has happened, okay? Whether it's dead grass, a bush, or something they can't get a stump up, there's always something in the yard, okay? I'm telling you, if you can address that concern, even if you have to charge extra, they're delighted, okay, in you. One day when I was bidding out a yard, this guy's whole hang-up, okay, was the back acreage. There was hornets' nests back there. Swarms of these things. It just so happens so I know a guy that can take care of that for him. I do. I'm addressing that which matters to him. There's always something, okay? Whether it's you, whether he can feel safe around you, whether he realizes that you're a reputable company, there's always something with the homeowner, okay? This guy was the Yellow Jackets. When I share with him, I have a friend that does nothing but remove bees and Yellow Jackets. He's very cheap and he does a good job and he can do it all in one day. Guess what? Job's mine! Watch this, guys. After I've done my walk around with the homeowner, sold myself, sold my company, told him exactly what is entailed, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to be on site with the people, or I tell him who will be on site and I will introduce them. Watch this very carefully. Then I say this, again, sir, what were you thinking? And watch this. He's already told me what he was thinking. I said, what was the number you were thinking again? Whatever that number is, I have yet to have a person, if he spilled out on the doorstep $70, once he gets over to here and you're standing in the yard, he's comfortable with you, he realizes who you are, your services, all you're going to do for him and how you're going to look after him in his best interest. Guess what? You've just bumped yourself up per cut, per week, 25% like that because you sold yourself. I'm talking about, I quoted him 150, I ended up at 110 per week. 4 times a week, and sometimes I love the big months, 5 times a week. Are you kidding me? That's a car payment. We talked about Mr. Rich Pants over here. What about this guy who's working over here? Listen. It's the same thing. There's no difference, okay? The difference is the number that I initially double, okay? Because I'm looking at his circumstances, okay? He understands the value of a dollar, so he understands how hard you're going to work. But realize this, if you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it, and they're going to what? They're going to negotiate correctly and get the money. Don't ever feel bad about selling yourself and your service to someone. They can say no. If they're not going to pay you, they're going to take it and go through the drive-thru. They're going to buy a shirt, but you're killing yourself in this guy's yard. As much from this guy as Mr. Gated Community? No. But can I get up there? Yes. Now, when do you deviate in price, okay? Listen very carefully. When I come to a small yard and it's an elderly person, I undercut it every time. Why? Because I want to take care of that person. Listen to very carefully. I'm going to take care of that elderly person. They could be on a fixed income. This guy over here and this guy over here have more than made up for it, okay? Normally, it's a small yard, okay? What is it, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, okay? Here's the thing. I'm there as a ministry to that individual, okay, who has served their time. I'm not going to rip the elderly off, okay? No, I realize this. As I do good to someone else, that will come back on me. The word world would call it karma. Some people say what goes around comes around, but the Bible, you're like, the Bible? Yeah, the Bible says you will reap what you sow. If you will honor that person and respect that person and give that elderly person who more than not is on a fixed income a deal, you would not believe how the heavens will open up and you will be blessed and you're going out and you're coming in. Seen it a million times. And that person is on the phone telling someone, watch this, that person who's on a fixed income have children. Where do her children live? More times than not, they live over here in the gated community. Then I just go right over like this. People know people. And if you offer a quality service, okay, and you are a person of integrity, they love you. See, they're so scared that you're casing their house, that you're trying to get their stuff, that you're lusting after their kids or their wife. Okay, no, you want to show up as that man of integrity, being a professional. And when that woman calls her children who live in the gated community, you're going to bid it out just like I told you to. I want to share this with you. One of the greatest things that you can do when you're coming up to a homeowner is show them great respect and honor. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the guy comes out in a shirt and his belly's hanging out and he got 2 beers in his hands. You show the person, no matter who it is, okay, respect and honor. You be a professional. Don't you use foul language. Look at me. Don't you use foul language. Don't you be slapping. If they know you're a professional and someone comes along and quotes the exact same price or quotes even less than you because you were reputable, can't say it, and a person of integrity and honest with that person, you walked him around, you walked him to your truck and showed him the equipment. Never bid a yard, a lawn, never knock on someone's door unless you have your truck and your trailer with you. Allow them to see that you are somebody. You're not a guy just walking down the road, okay, with a lawnmower that he stole from 2 blocks down. He says, hey, I'll cut this $20. That's not you, partner. You want to show up looking decent. Friends, watch this. If you're just starting out, that's okay. Okay, the Bible says, do not despise small beginnings. Spend $20, go to a shirt shop, have the name of your company embroidered on your shirt. Go to Vistaprints, and they will give you business cards, 500 of them for about $6 to $10, okay? They actually have really nice cards. Then there's something behind you. They see the shirt, they see the business card, they see how professional you are, they see what you drove up in, they see you walking around, that you're not just taking it as a joke. When you move forward a little bit, you're gonna have a sheet you're gonna check mark all the stuff off on this sheet that you're gonna do. You're gonna write his name, his address down. What you're doing is you're bringing him in to the sale. What you're doing, while you call him by his first name, because you shook his hand at the door and he said, my name's Charlie, I'm from Grassmasters. Your name is? Do you see what I'm saying? And he's giving you his name, you're writing his name down, and you're talking, you're discussing. He's not against you. You're offering a service. You're the best in the industry. You're number one. There's no one like you in the world. What products are you using? You better not see anything but steel. And I know there's someone out there saying, Matt, I've done exactly what you're talking about. If a person doesn't have the money, they don't have the money. Friends, you're right, okay? Sometimes people are in a what? They're in a slump. They need help. Should you offer help? Yeah. Well, what do? You double up the price. They come back with a really low number. And you, what? You don't negotiate. Walk them around the yard. Show them what you're going to do. If they still hold to that number, which is what? A low ball. You really don't want to do it for that, because here's the thing, you can make so much more money somewhere else. What I have done before is say, sir, I can't get anywhere near that number because of my truck, my insurance, okay, my bonding, my equipment, okay, what it costs me actually to be out here in your yard. But I tell you what I can do. I have a coupon. Watch this, guys. I have a coupon for the first 3 cuts that will give you $20 off. You can see if you like me. If you do, we can talk then. If not, we just separate. You show him that coupon for $20 off. You say this, sir, I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing. I just can't afford to be out here for what you're asking, okay? And I understand where you are, okay? I can't offer you this service, okay? I can take this price and take $30 off or $40 off. Here's the thing, have a lot of coupons, okay? Find out. Here's the thing, you need to bump him, okay? Everyone's always, that man, just like as you gave him your top number, sometimes there's a person that's going to give you the low number, okay? You need to get him up, okay? Stick with your number, okay? Decide really where you want to be. Tell him you have a coupon for 3 cuts for this much. What we'll do was get him familiar with your work, familiar with you, okay? Something might change in his life. I mean, what if the next week he now gets a job? He doesn't have time to mow his lawn, but he trusts you. Worst case scenario, what if he comes along and says, I just can't do it? Now you realize this, when you gave him the coupon, you still bumped him up $20, okay, from what he was originally offering, okay? What's the worst case scenario? You give him another coupon. This is the last time I can do it. You're hoping within 6 months, something will change in his financial arena. 6 months down the line, you can decide, am I staying with this guy or am I going to dump him? Do we ever just dump a customer? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Watch this very carefully, okay? We all started with one lawn. Are you hearing me? You will, across time, be mowing a lawn and see a young kid, 16, 17-year-old, sometimes shorter, looks clean cut. You will go and talk to that guy, okay? And you will get his number, and here's the thing, you will give this guy to this guy, not dropping him cold turkey. Do you understand? You don't do that. You're going to find someone, okay, that, here's the thing, they don't have as much liability as you, because here's the thing, as your customers grow and your primo customers you're taking care of, sometimes we have to let a few of the customers that we're not making as much on the bottom go, or we have to hire more people. Sometimes we can do that, sometimes we cannot do that, but we can always have someone in our wallet, their business card, and they are delighted, okay, to take $5 off or $10 off what he's been paying you, okay, and continue to do that lawn. And because he doesn't know what he's doing and he's never bidding out the yards correctly, he's delighted to take care of this guy. Guys, let me just tell you what this is. This is just business. Look, some of you are scared to throw a number out there. You're scared. I have never lost one person where I threw a crazy number out there. Not one. Why is that, okay? Because I always put it, what were you thinking? I walk them around the yard. I sell my product. I sell myself. I show him my equipment. I show him I'm the real deal. Okay, I'm not some kid going down the road. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to tell you the golden rule of lawn service. You bet, go, look at. I'm not kidding around. Go get a piece of paper and a pen, okay? And I'm saying pen, not pencil, okay? Go get it. Pause this and go get it. All right, you back? Listen, some people like you and me love the grass, love edging, love weed eating, love cutting down trees. We love to sweat. We love to stink, okay? We love it. We love chopping bears up. We love cutting rattlesnakes' heads off. I mean, it's just part of the territory. Okay, we absolutely adore it, okay? There are some people out there, sit down. Sit down right now, who absolutely hate their lawn. The only reason their lawn is so green is because they paid someone to put chemicals on it and they pay someone to mow it. Some people hate lawn yard work. You're like, that's the golden rule, that's the golden rule. What does that mean to me, Matt? Are you kidding me? That means you have every opportunity to make a few dollars, okay? To make a living off of the guy who hates to be out in the grass mowing and weed eating. And oftentimes you'll see a garage of the nicest equipment, okay? Because at one time he had the fantasy he was going to buy the top of the line and take care of himself. Realizing that ain't going to happen, I'd rather go to the office and pay someone 10 times more than I would ever give. You got to realize the guy that's paying you, ask yourself this question, how much is that guy making a day? Listen, how much is he making a day? Is he making $1,000 a day? Is he making $1,500 a day? What is the guy making a day? I mean, you can size him up by his job, what he does for a living, and the neighborhood he lives in. What is he making a day? He has no problem paying you, partner, because he doesn't want to be in the lawn, but you love being in the lawn. But don't let him know that. Remember this, you can always come down in price, but you can never go up in price. And here's the thing, it is rare that you can sell the value of your service, your company, and yourself after you've mowed their grass. Okay? It's day one that should be done. Value is always on your feet, walking around the yard, and then sitting down and negotiating. Value on your feet, price on your seat. You're building value while you're walking around the yard. Value on your feet, price on your seat. If you can sit down with him, you've closed him already. He's not going to invite you in for a glass of tea or a lemonade if he's not interested in your service and your product. He's interested in who you are, because he's come across 1,000 lawn guys and none of them are like you. I hope the tips that we talked about in this small little video, okay, makes you 4 to 5 times as much money as you were making, okay? And realize this, you're worth it. Your family's worth it. Who you mowing for? You're mowing for them. Hey, hope these helped you out. This is Matt from Discovering His Way.